Good morning, and it is a great morning here in Central Florida because it's another Trooper Steve on patrol. But being on patrol and doing all the traffic stuff, you guys know we used to have a full-time segment called Serving Those Who Serve in our 9 a.m. show. Being an Air Force combat vet, you know we're not going to let that go away. And I don't know if they would take the compliment, but I am joined today with two distinguished gentlemen here, right? I've already figured out their sense of humor. Both Larry and John have a interesting sense of humor, my kind of sense of humor, that veteran style sense of humor. So, sir, Larry, thank you. John in the back here with us, commander of the local Purple Heart Association.
Purple Heart.
And we are recognizing the 91st annual convention taking place right here in Central Florida. Larry, thanks for being with me, man.
I appreciate it.
I didn't realize how much you and I actually link up because you're involved heavily with the military museum as well.
Yes.
So talk to me a little bit, Larry. What branch were you in?
Marine Corps.
Cool.
Marine Corps.
All right. I was an Air Force guy, so anytime I say that, I say hoorah, I get the hoorah right back at me, and they're like,
not that I got in the Marine Corps and went into the Air Force after.
Oh, so you went on a vacation?
Yeah.
Right? I always like to say, people are like, oh, Air Force guy, and I was like, well, don't be jealous. I scored high enough to have options, you know. So what'd you do? When did you join the Marines?
Way back in '62.
And what then, were you drafted or was it volunteer?
I was number 5, but I was already in when the draft came.
Okay.
So I got out of boot camp at Hay, Cuba, Santo Domingo. My ears are still wet, didn't know how to do it, but we made it.
Okay. And then how old were you when you went in?
I was just turned 18.
18 years old.
Yeah.
And what war did you get sent to?
Well, the main war was Vietnam, and I was there from December of '64 all the way to '67.
Wow.
I had 3 tours there, and the 4th one I got hit and they sent me home finally.
So when you say you got hit, explain to me the significance of a Purple Heart, because I think people think it's an award, but it is, but it isn't at the same time.
Well, it's the oldest award that's given out to gentlemen and women in the service. It was given by George Washington way back in 1863, I believe. And it was given as a warrant, a merit award.
Right.
And then they turned it around and brought it back in, became just for wounded veterans.
And this is someone who has suffered a physical injury, combat related, while actively serving.
Yes.
And you said you are a 4-time Purple Heart recipient.
I got shot 3 times, and the last one I hit a mine on the side, and they finally let me come home. They kept sending me back after 1. And I know we took the wrong travel age at that point.
They're like, I keep sending you back into this. So there were 4 separate occasions that you had to recover from, and you kept going back.
Yeah, and I'm still getting recovered today because I'm still working on my foot.
To this day?
To this day.
Wow, wow. Commander, sir, thank you for joining us today. Appreciate you being back there with us. And got the camera on you now. We can see you. Talk to me a little bit. When did you join? Talk to me a little bit about your initial entrance into the military.
I joined the Army straight out of high school.
Okay.
1960.
60, so 2 years before Larry over here.
I did a tour in Germany, and then 1964, they sent me. I was a canine operator. They sent me from Germany to Fort Ord, California.
So were you an SP?
No.
Okay.
I was combat infantry, and they sent me and my dog to Vietnam in 1965 with the 1st Division.
Wow.
And I lost my dog in June of 1965.
Sorry about that.
And I got wounded in November of 1965. They sent me to Eisenhower General Hospital in Fort Gordon, and I was there for almost a year. And then they sent me to Fort Wainwright, Alaska to join the 9th Division, and I went over as a sniper with the 9th Division. And I got wounded in February of 1968.
Wow.
Right after the Tet Offensive.
Okay.
I went to the 106th General Hospital in Yokohama, Japan for 6 months, and then back into the United States, back into Alaska. And then from there, I was spent like 15 years of my career went into Germany.
Okay.
I spent a little time here, a little time there. I had a lot of missions throughout Central and South America. In 19 1978, I took myself out in the field, became a logistician. They sent me to the 103rd Combat Support Command in Fort Des Moines, Iowa, Army Reserves,
Okay.
as a senior instructor. And then from there, I went to Fort Benning, Georgia, Combat Infantry Training Group, where I retired. And
Man,
I-
it sounds like sounds like you had a really boring career.
It was.
I mean that extreme, like it was nonstop for you,
It
and
was.
really bouncing all over the place.
Well, that's the military. If you want to
Yeah,
see
that's
the
true.
world, you join the Army or
And then you tell them where you want to go, and they'll send you the complete opposite.
If you want to go to Alaska, they send you to South America.
Right. No, I remember when I enlisted, they have you say, fill out your dream sheet. And I wasn't sure really what I wanted to do. So I had put all stateside bases. I was afraid to leave home. Where'd I end up? South Korea. First base. I was like, okay, I guess that's going to work out. So gentlemen, you guys are part of the Purple Heart Foundation, right? Is it a foundation or an association?
No, it's in a corporation.
In a corporation.
The foundation is a fundraiser.
Okay.
Activity, which we are two separate activities. We don't.
So explain to me a little bit, what do we have the honor of hosting here in Orlando this week?
Well, it's a convention from all of the vets coming in.
Okay.
And what we do is we handle a lot of all the schools with merit awards and all the leadership awards. Well, we got 30 in our area.
We're
John?
doing 52.
52 of them.
Wow.
So we go out and present these awards to the cadets, and it's amazing how appreciative they are.
So the cadets, what are they working for to be so privileged to receive recognition from you gentlemen? Because at the end of the day, in my head, and this is, if a cadet is watching, no disrespect, but you haven't done anything yet. So
Those cadets work their little tails.
and I'm sure, so that's what I'm trying to break the ice here a little bit. What are they doing to receive a recognition from military veterans, Bronze Star recipients? This is a big, in my eyes, if I'm getting recognized by you guys,
Right.
I've done something pretty awesome. So what are their goals, and what have they done to be recognized by you guys?
Most of this stuff is given for leadership ability.
Okay.
And the Junior ROTC program, which is your Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps.
Okay.
And
And we're talking high school age?
Yes, high school.
Okay.
And then we're talking Reserve Officers Training College.
Got it.
We do issue to the college young men and women. These are the men and women that are, when they finish their 4 years in college, they will become a first lieutenant
Yep.
in the United States Army or a second lieutenant. The Junior ROTC program is just a complement of that.
Got it.
But we also have Sea Cadets and Young Marines, Civil Air Patrol, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. We have all of them.
So you guys are really in the business of recognizing public servants,
Right.
really.
We recognize the community service where the individual shows the community and the spirit and has a leadership ability.
Wow.
And this stuff is trained in them. You're not born leaders.
No.
You're trained. And that's the ones we seek out. And that's the ones that wear our award on their chest proudly.
I bet.
The Young Marines are the only youth activity that have authorized young boys to actually wear the medal on their uniform.
We give them.
Sea Cadets and the rest of them.
I just got chills.
Yeah,
You
we're
telling me
trying.
that? That's pretty cool.
We're trying, but they haven't authorized it to be worn yet by the kids. But we still give it to them. And those children deserve everything we can give them, because that is our legacy, whether
Right.
we believe that or not.
Man.
And mom and dad,
I'm sure they get
play
proud too.
They play a big part of it.
Well, it seems like what you guys are doing is truly identifying the future leaders of our military,
Right.
or even just our community, and you're going out of your way saying, look, we're going to use what we've been through to truly say you're doing the right thing.
Exactly.
And that's what it sounds like you guys are doing.
Exactly.
Along with that too, we take care of our vets that need something, housing, food, whatever it may be.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit about the benefits, because I did get to read up on it, and it's not just like this, all right, we're coming in to talk. You guys are action driven.
Yeah.
You guys are helping people pay some bills here or make ends meet. How do you guys go about doing that?
It's a lot of talk and a lot of asking and finding
Phone
out.
calls.
Yeah.
A lot of phone calls, and John does an awful lot of it, and I get out and help. We just go.
Right.
We hear it and we go. And that's the main thing.
And I think I love being around veterans or law enforcement, because there's never the ask as to, all right, tell me how to do this. It's like there's a problem, you guys disappear, and then there's a solution.
Make it work.
You don't ask, hey, how'd you make that happen? Don't ask.
Yeah.
It just got taken care
Just
of.
do.
Yeah, we in our organization, once we help somebody, it's just a John Doe.
Right.
We don't tell nobody who it is, where and how much, or nothing. It's none of their business, and that keeps it confidential between us and them.
And it maintains a trust too that
Sometimes
I can
we
reach
just
back out.
buy a battery for their car.
Wow. So it's
Sometimes
simple
we
things.
Buy a tire. They can't afford to buy a brand new tire because, as you know, things are expensive.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And you got some of these veterans that are drawing their last dime just to feed their kids.
Wow.
Christmas time comes up, it's really bad.
Really.
Because I'm not going to see a child go to bed on Christmas night and wake up and there ain't no presents for that kid.
Right.
That's what the Marine Corps has, the Toys for Tots.
Absolutely. Big into that.
We hook up with the Marine Corps and we show this family or this young man, this soldier, and his wife, they can't afford a Christmas tree or they can't afford toys, they're going to get it.
Wow, man.
And
You guys are really doing God's work.
Last year I had a case where the young man couldn't pay his electric light bill for 3 months. They were going to turn his power off at Christmas time.
And you guys stepped in and took care
I
of it.
stepped in and put a stop to it.
Amazing. So if someone's watching this from out of town, what are we expecting this week at this convention? What's going to be taking place?
Well, the main part of this convention is to make sure everybody gets on the same sheet of music throughout the whole United States. There's 50 states, and we have territorial possessions that we have actual chapters and members operating in them. And they're here to make sure we're all on the same sheet of music.
Okay.
And we elect brand new staff members to the headquarters staff, the commander and.
Will you stay the commander this
I'm
go
gonna be
around?
I'm going to be the commander of Chapter 535 down in Lakeland, Florida.
All right.
I'm the
This
senior
is
vice.
national.
And you're senior vice president.
And he's the senior, and he's the financial officer for the state of Florida.
Oh, you're a numbers guy.
Yeah, he's
He
the
just
number
gave
guy.
me the numbers. So yeah.
Just sit there and crunch the numbers for him.
Yeah, my chapter just about controls the whole damn state, just about.
Wow.
I got the adjutant came out of my chapter, the financial officer came out of my chapter, and the junior vice commander came out of our chapter.
Commander, sounds like you're doing what you're preaching kind of thing. You're finding the leaders and
Yeah,
putting
you
them in
gotta-
place.
You can't just talk the talk. You got to walk that walk.
Amen. I big supporter of that. So as I bring you guys back, you guys are going to be slammed busy. You're going to be, I know our reporter Emily McLeod is going to be spending some time with you guys today, really taking a deep dive into the convention. Locally, off the top of your head, what does our Purple Heart population look like here in Central Florida? Do you have those type of numbers?
Yeah, I got them.
Go for it, Commander.
In the country, we have 49,300 members.
Wow, so almost 50,000 U.S. citizens are Purple Heart
But
recipients.
that's only a tip of the iceberg.
Right.
And then in the state of Florida, we have 6,000, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. As you know, Florida is a transit state,
Right.
and the guys come down here for the wintertime, but then they go back up for the summertime. So
It fluctuates.
yeah, we're happy if we can get 30 or 40 people in our chapter meetings. We're
Really?
happy.
Wow. And do you find yourself now even finding younger members of the military joining the organization?
Well, that's what this
Yeah.
convention does.
Is to recruit.
Addresses recruitment and how we can entice the younger boys that's been wounded into our organization. And we need that young blood. We need
I'm sure they need it too,
Yeah,
though,
we
right?
need it bad.
Oh, yeah.
Because, as you know, the Vietnam veterans were in the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
We're not going to be around. The foxholes are getting further apart.
Yeah, no, you're right. And that,
In this meeting tomorrow, or today, 2 o'clock, at the end of that meeting is 1 hour devoted to the bell ringing of every member that we've lost.
Man.
This year they're
It's
over 500
about
something.
680 of them.
I get emotional just thinking about it
It's about
because,
6 sheets
Yeah.
of men that have died that we know about.
wow. I get torn up thinking about it because I just got to do honor flight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I want one of them.
hey, we can make that happen.
There it goes.
And it's hard to realize that, oh, not this turn.
No.
It's hard to realize that some of our vets aren't going to be here anymore. Our World War II vets are far and few in
We
between.
got about 2 left in our whole damn unit.
And it's what you guys are doing. I think of a guy who's been through combat, who I compartmentalize my own things, and it would be nice to, if I was a Purple Heart recipient, to be a young guy in my 30s being recognized and supported by gentlemen like you, people who get it and understand it.
Well, we're not going to do that. We take care of the guys like in the convalescent home. I go to Lake Nona. I take the guys down there and everything. I bring a throw. When COVID, it was a big throw that would go over the beds.
Right.
I gave everyone out there. I said, "You're letting me in. I'm going in."
Wow.
They're shopping there, but we take care of them, and their wealth. Some that are older than me and younger now. We all talk. We just turned around and put up in Lakeland. It was up there. It was Lane. He turned around. He was on the U.S. Tampa, and he got sunk with the ship. They found his remains. We just put him to rest up there.
Yeah, we have one
The mission
more man.
doesn't stop.
No.
Yeah, we have one more man who was in the Bataan Death March.
Wow.
He died in the Philippines in 1945, and we're bringing him back home.
It's
All these
amazing,
years.
guys.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that. We're bringing this man back home.
I appreciate you guys.
I got half a second. I'm going to take.
I literally have probably 30 seconds in my ear.
Okay, well,
Go for it.
Kool-Aid saved my life the first time.
Kool-Aid?
Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
Water was crappy. I put Kool-Aid in. I reached over and the sniper caught me right through the arm. And
Reaching for the Kool-Aid saved your life.
And my mother sent Kool-Aid. But what happened is somebody sent the article. It went viral. I had about 30 cases of Kool-Aid show up at a mail call.
Well, that's good caffeine. You take the sugar and just ramp up a little
Let me
bit.
add this before we hang
Yes,
this thing
please.
up. If the public at large would like to help,
Yes.
right? Go online, type in MOPH, and you'll get either the Department of Florida or you'll get the Department headquarters.
.org.
And there's a place on there where you can donate.
Okay.
Because it takes money to do what we do,
Amen.
and we have to scrape for every dime and nickel we got.
MOPH.org. Guys, I will post this on my social media as well. You can find all the information over at clickorlando.com. We'll provide the links of where you can just click, go directly to their page, and you can contribute so that these gentlemen in this organization can continue to take care of our veterans and especially our Purple Heart recipients. Larry, Commander, gentlemen, thank you guys for being with me today. It's never easy to talk about, but your mission is extremely important. And I want to thank you for my Purple Heart coin. I've got about 400 or 500 coins. I'm a collector, and I do not have a Purple Heart coin. So
You got one there?
thank you very much. Guys, head over to clickorlando.com. If you're in the area and want to support, the convention is happening this week. 91st Annual Purple Heart Convention right here in Central Florida. We appreciate you guys. Gentlemen, stay safe, and we'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
Right on.